Hello everyone. So today is 9th of July and let's discuss what happened on 8th of July. That was yesterday, and also let's discuss what we are expecting on Monday. Okay. So if you come to the end of the day data analysis, so you'll be very amazed to see that FIIs haven't, they are not trading in the derivatives segment. They have just only closed some amount of futures long position, futures short positions, and that's it. The futures long positions almost remains the same, just a little bit of increase, almost remains the same. Futures short positions got decreased, and if you look at option data, so there are also not much change if you see. Okay, and it's totally like almost the same, just a little bit of change. So that is not something indicating that they are trading. Okay, so why is that so, and why are they closing the future long position? So there might be something like uncertainty in the market, some news that might be coming which we still don't know, but they must be knowing. So some kind of uncertainty is there. Okay, but apart from there, that let's discuss what happened today, what were the positions that were built today, and how we identified them during the market hours. So first of all, here, from the morning itself, as I can say that the implied volatility on the put side was decreasing. Okay, sometimes it was not decreasing, it was just the IV was squeezed. Okay, or the IV just was moving very with the change in the IV was very small. That also indicates put shorts, and also the IV was sometimes decreasing too. Okay, and that very well indicates put shorts. And so the thing was that, but on the call side, sometimes the IV was increasing and sometimes it was also decreasing. So we saw that when it was increasing and also on the put side IV was decreasing, so then these up moves were coming. Okay, and in between the the call side IV was increasing, and then these down moves were coming. But finally, as you can see that since in the morning we identified that put shorts were there, so the put shorts, finally it went above 35,100 BankNifty and also 16,200 for Nifty. So let's go for 15 minutes. So as I have already identified you here also, if you can see, I have told in the morning that the IV on the here, if you can see, IV on the call side is increasing and on the put side it's decreasing. Okay, so that very well indicates that the up move is going to come and put shorts are being done. And so after a gap up, then this level 16,184, as I already told you, you can see it's so nicely, it's like giving a support to the market. Okay, so that's why this level is very very important. Until unless this level is broken, you can go for put shorts, but be careful, please do hedge them. Okay, but on the upside, what you can do is you can go for call shorts at 16,600 or above, or you can also go for 16,500 call shorts, because 16,459 there is a resistance there. Okay, because if I go to the one day chart here, that this is the one day chart, you can very well see that how nicely this 16,459 was acting as resistance here, and then here it was acting as support and then resistance. Okay, so these levels were even told before these days. Okay, so not like I have seen these days candle, and then I have made it. Much before that, I mean 2 to 3 months ago I have told you that these levels. So yeah, that's the thing. And for Nifty, sorry, for Bank Nifty also, as you can see, this level during the intraday, sometimes it's acting as support, sometimes it was acting as resistance, and finally, I mean, let's look at the 1 day candle. Under the 1 day candle, we cannot say that this level 35,117 has been broken. We need a green candle above it, but as of now, all we can say is that the next resistance level would be at 35,627. Okay, and then the next would be at 36,490. So you can go at 36,500 and take positional call shots. And if this level is not broken, then you can go below 34,500 and take positional put short positions, but please do hedge them. Okay, so that being said, yeah, sorry, yeah, so also here also Nifty the same thing as I just told you. Now let's look at the option chain. So what is the option data suggesting? Let me open my Excel sheet. So option data 16,200. On the call side, you have 43.2 lakhs contracts. Okay. And today 15.4 lakhs contracts have been added. On the put side, you have 39.7 lakhs contracts total. I'm talking about 16,200. And today itself 32.7 lakhs contracts have been added. So you can very well see that 15.4 lakhs contracts have been added on the call side today, but on the put side 32.7 lakhs contracts, more than double, have been added today. At 16,500 you have 38.9 lakhs contracts, out of which 15.6 lakhs contracts have been added today. So 16,500 is looking to act as some resistance, but as you can see that if you have noted down here, that is 16,100, there are 16,100 on the put side. 27.7 lakhs contracts are there, out of which 7.8 lakhs contracts have been built today. But on the call side, in the money, there are, though positions were closing, there are 13.2 lakhs contracts at 16,100. But overall, since the FIIs are usually closing their put futures short position, so we should be careful about the upward movement. So further up move might be possible. So everything is basically looking bullish. So we don't know what news is going to come. And even let's talk about Bank Nifty. We just talked about the levels, but as you can see at 35,000 on the call side, there are 14.3 lakhs contracts, out of which 3.9 lakhs contracts have been added today. But huge put shots are there at 35,000. 19 lakhs contracts are there on the put side, out of which 13.5 lakhs contracts have been added today. So huge amount of positions are there at 35,000 on the put side. And in the upward direction at 35,500. So as I just told you that 35,500, so 35,627 would act as resistance. So at 35,500 there is the highest open interest, that is 17.6 lakhs contracts on the call side. Okay, so 35,500 here. Okay, so 17.6 lakhs contracts, out of which 7.6 lakhs contracts have been added today. And on the put side also, it's not looking so great. Okay, as we saw yesterday, that is on the put side, there were huge positions that were built up, but if you go and check yesterday's video, we discussed, but in Bank Nifty we don't see that, but in Nifty we surely see that. because at 16,000 we have, so even at 16,000 on the call side we have huge short positions of 45 lakhs contracts, out of which 19.8 lakhs contracts have been added today. So almost 20 lakhs contracts out of 45 lakhs contracts have been just added today at 16,000. Okay, so huge put shots are going on in Nifty, so we should be very careful. So upside might come, but yes, we should be careful about the next set of resistance levels, and let's see if it breaks the next resistance level, if it's able to break it or not. So that's what we are expecting. If it's not breaking, then it will move around these two levels for the next week, as we saw that the earlier week it moved between these two levels. Now it might move between these two levels for Nifty and for BankNifty also, but it's a very narrow range, so one of them will be very quickly taken down. Okay, and by the way, the by the amount in which the FIIs are closing, so I mean upward resistance would be taken down. It's looking like that. Okay, so but still, yes, you must note down that put shots have been done, because we have identified today morning, and if you can see, the morning scores were positive here, and then it went down and again went positive and went down and again went positive here. So it was, I mean, on the what was happening, positive, negative, positive. So you have seen this up down move. So it's not about the score. So the score just told us that when it would go down and when it would go up and so on. Okay, and finally again it went up. So because in these consolidating market, when there is up down move, so the scores will also go like that. There is nothing to worry about. But here, if you can see, the score matched with the score graph. As you can see, this was the gap, and so it had to come down, and then again there was some gap. So always the gap between the score, which is the red line, and the graph always closes. So here also you can see the gap, and it went up. There was some gap, it went up again, and here also then I mean the score started coming down, and both Nifty and the score came down, but again there was some recovery, but again there has been some gap between the score and the chart. So again on Monday it might close this gap and then again move up, but yeah, so there is a gap. And even the same thing in Bank Nifty, as you can see, huge gap was created and then the gap had to close down. Again here also the same thing, the gap was again created and then again had to close down. So that's how the indicators, even in these consolidating markets, can help you to get even some amount of profits. Okay, so yes, and here also at the very last moment, a little bit of gap between the score and the graph, but not much. The gap is mainly in Nifty, score and the graph. So yeah, we'll see what happens on Monday. So on Monday, let's see if it opens above this level. If it opens above this level, this level 35,117 would act as resistance, and also if it opens above 16,184, it would act as it would act as support. If it opens above that level, if it opens below this level, it would act as resistance. Okay, and the same goes for 16,184. Be very careful. And we discussed option chain. The banking sector, I mean, many of them performed very well, but overall, let's see the sectoral view. So yes, the overall banking sector performed well, but the metal sector again did not perform well. So yeah, so metal sector, when not performing well, it gives us a signal, but now there is a mixed signal. The FIIs are closing future short positions, so we must be a little bit careful because we are the bears I mean, our view is bearish in the long term, but short term it's bullish. Again, the advance to decline ratio is looking favorable for the bulls. And yes, L&T, Power Grid, Tata Motors, they are the best performers of today. Maruti, Hindalco, Tata Steel and JSW Steel, they are one of the worst performers of today. So that being said, and yes, if you have still not followed me on Twitter, you can also do that for the market updates during the live market which I give, so that you can get the direction of the market and exactly what's happening in the market. And yes, that being said, because there is not much data, no participation by the FIs, so market might be going sideways, consolidating before some positions have been made by them, because they are also not sure. It might be that they are also not sure what's going to happen. So that's why they are not creating any position. Instead, they are also closing their future short positions, but not. So see, if they were sure that market would go down, so they are closing their futures short positions. So they would have created options in option chain put short positions, but that also they are not making. So it's kind of a signal like they also don't know what's going to happen. So they might be trying to minimize their risk. That is, if suddenly market goes up, so that their future short positions won't be hampered. So that's what they are trying to achieve, I think. Yeah, so that's how the indicators performed on 8th of July, and on 11th of July we are expecting again some consolidation like this, because few positions, since put short positions have been made, so it might be like some up move and again consolidation, so that the put shorts are in favor. That's the view as of now. So nothing else. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one, and keep watching, keep learning, trade safely.